Hey friends, it's John. You're on the JRB Tree Climbing Channel. One of the most popular discussions we get into has to do with rope recommendations. And if you've seen some of my prior recommendations, I've told folks I love climbing on a doubled stationary system with 8mm rope. But once I go to a non-mechanical SRT, even though an 8mm rope is strong enough, I question its ability to hold in terms of surface area. When we're putting a friction hitch on a rope, the difference is quite significant between a 6mm hitch on 8mm rope compared to a 7mm on 9.5. And we've also got to anticipate that when conditions are different in terms of the moisture level, humidity level, rain, ice, snow, etc., we need our hitch to hold reliably in all situations. In the past, I haven't been thrilled with the performance I got with 8mm ropes. I'm trying a new 8mm rope today, and this is a stress test. Here in this bucket of water, I've got a brand new length of a rope. As I make this video, it's not even listed yet on the website, but this is Ape Canyon's new Rougarou, and I hope I've pronounced that properly. And I've got one of my climbing systems already rigged up. I hunted with it just last weekend. I got a pair or a set of Longhorn Agile hitches here, and I'm going to attempt to do an SRT climb with the soaking wet rope. And then I'm going to strap on some, if that goes well, I'm going to strap on some weight and see how it behaves with more weight. Now I apologize, I'm working alone in my backyard. There's no camera operator, there's no zoom. You're going to have to just stay along with me, and I'll call it play by play. But this is just the way it goes. Here we go. So last time I checked, right out of the shower, I weigh about 185 pounds, but I've got my saddle on, I've got winter clothes, I've got rubber boots on. We weigh a surprisingly higher amount. So I've got my scale here. I want to weigh myself. Let's see what that comes in at. So that is coming at 203 pounds. 203 pounds with all my stuff on and maybe a couple of extra winter pounds. Let's attempt to climb. Got some new bridge configurations that you'll be seeing in the future. My redundant bridge is optionally removable. Just trying some stuff out for you guys. Stay tuned for that. Put my guard hitch on. So everything you're seeing here has been described earlier on the SRT playlist. But let's just see how that holds. See how that holds. Moves well. Can I break it? I can break it. It's holding. Whenever you're trying something new, you'll always want to try it out and test it out close to the ground. There's no need to go high. So I think I'm getting a tiny bit of slip there. See, I am getting just a little bit of creep on that. And this is a great test, because if I were to lose more, let's send that up, it would go bump into your garter. But you've got your garter, you can always step back up on it. Okay, so my gut says, and I've learned this many times, that which holds when dry generally needs one more wrap to hold when wet. So let's come on down and let's pop on one more wrap on my Longhorn Agile. If you haven't figured it out, This is completely unrehearsed. I haven't done this particular test with this rope and cord combination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wraps on my Longhorn. So that is pushing the limits of what I can tie with 6 feet of cord. But I can do it. Barely. Let's get a little look at what I just tied there. That is a Longhorn Agile, 6 feet of sterling 6mm TRC on the new 8mm Rougarou rope. And you can see I really didn't have much cord left. So we'll probably bump that up to 6.5 feet for recommended cord length. Okay, let's try it again. Still breaks. And if you can't tell, the water is just jumping out of this rope. I have no idea where I am in your field of view, but I'm going to rappel. Yeah, no trouble breaking that. No trouble breaking that. Okay, shall we? I'm going to go for it. This is quite a difficult thing to motivate oneself to do. Let's put on this much weight to climb. Okay. This is an antique 35-pound dumbbell. It's been with me since I was a teen, and I've lifted it a few times. And this is its brother. And let me tell you, with that much weight on your chest, it's just really uncomfortable. I don't have the energy to weigh myself. We're just going to assume I weigh 70 pounds more. Let's see if I can't execute a short climb. Let's see how this holds. Okay, she's holding. Step up. Again, I weigh in the neighborhood of 275 pounds right now. And just if this works, that doesn't mean I'm going to recommend it. It just means that I'm going to be more confident recommending it for the 200-pound load, right? We always want a safety factor. We always want some degree of headroom in our system. Just testing my ability to break that. It's nice. It's not jammed. Okay, let's officially rappel. Definitely using the super munter now. See my video on single rope rappel with the munter friction hitch. Really, no problem breaking that. No problem. Let's do it again. Let's bounce a little. When I bounce like this, I'm easily generating 300 pounds. And it's set a little bit tighter. But one hand, I can break it. Okay, so all in all, this was a very successful test. Obviously, I wasn't recording the entire time. I did another climb with the 270. I did a number of climbs with just my body weight, and I had no problems with that 6 wrap version of the Longhorn Agile. And so stay tuned. I just want to make sure you're aware of the kind of thought that we give into selecting a rope, selecting a cord, and the fact that we want a little headroom in our design. We want a safety factor. So you're gonna see some information on the rope page on the jrbtreeclimbing.com website. You're going to see me choosing a threshold above a certain weight. I don't recommend SRT on 8mm. That selection of that weight is just a recommendation. Your performance on your rope and your cords and your hitches, where the materials might be different, and remember, they may evolve. We might be watching this video 10 years from now when this rope is obsolete and there's something better. We might be climbing on 7mm. I can't predict the future, but working with the materials we have today, I'd call this a very successful test. I've never been able to execute an SRT climb with that level of confidence with another 8mm rope. So stay tuned and thank you.